Hi, it's a Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I am super excited to try the new Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Powder Foundation. Now, part of me is wondering why I thought it would be a good idea to pick up a powder foundation. As I get older, I find that my skin texture is changing. I have more wrinkles, more fine lines. I'm starting to get dryness in places I never had it before. And I'm really curious to see what this looks like. But it talks about being a blurring, almost kind of like a pore filling, flawless powder. And isn't that always what we're looking for? And there's two ways to use this. This is one of those products. Okay, here she is. She's so pretty. Underneath there is this little puff, and this puff is designed to pick up just a little bit and not too much. It does have a place for you to put your fingers in. And I ended up picking up the shade N1. This is the same shade of the Hy-Glam concealer that I use, and aside from under eye corrector, this is the only thing I have on my face. I feel like right now my skin, it needs to be set, or this is going to settle into wrinkles and crinkles. This can be used as a setting powder or as a powder foundation. I'm curious to try it both ways. But I do need to set my face. I'm kind of worried about this area because I do have some dryness there, but I'm gonna just take this. Oh, this feels kind of dangerous. And let's just see what happens. Oh, wow. Instantly, I feel like there's more coverage. I feel like it's a good match for this concealer that I'm wearing. I feel like it went on the face really easily and very quickly. If you want, I think you would like this. I was really curious to see how this powder would look on mature skin. I'm 49. I do have, crow's feet. I do have some kind of wrinkling in through here. And I am noticing in the last 6 to 12 months, an increase in dryness and increased texture. Sometimes that means my pores are looking larger than they used to. Sometimes I'll have dryness here or corners of my nose. And I didn't used to deal with that. Also, like right in through here, I feel like I'm losing some of the elasticity and the wrinkles are a little bit more visible. I feel like it did a good job of setting the concealer I had down. I don't feel like I have product collecting in my under eyes. I feel like the under eyes is the one place where it's kind of obvious that this powder may not be doing me any favors. And I wonder if it's because I went under the eyes with that kind of application puff that they include in this. And what I should have done is this. I don't know. I do like that we're getting just a little bit more coverage because it is a powder foundation. I don't feel like it's looking terrible under the eyes. I mean, I'd be willing to wear it again. But a lot of it comes down to what does it look like in a couple of hours? What does it look like towards the end of the day? The other thing that I am noticing is because I do have some dry patches down here, my skin is kind of freaking out still because last week we had temperatures in the high 70s and today it's 44 degrees and raining. The extreme change in temperature makes my skin freak out this time of year. But I feel like down here, although I do have some dry patches, I don't know that I feel like you can see it as much as you could see it when I had just the concealer on. I don't know that at this point, other than waiting, to exfoliate or for this to kind of flake off, that there's really anything makeup can do but be just a little bit more visible when it hits a dry patch. If you know of a product that kind of like smooths out all the problems and you don't see any of the flakies, I would love to know what that is. And I don't know about those because I don't normally deal with dry skin. I normally have combo skin, so more oils in the T-zone, but especially in the nose area. Because this is a matte powder, I don't feel like it has the same appearance as a liquid foundation or a cream foundation, like a stick foundation. I feel sometimes can look a little bit more like my skin because it is not so matte. And I really have been opting for either glowier things. So this is a very different look for me. I'm just not used to seeing myself this matte. I'm gonna take a minute to put on the rest of my face and then we'll come back and talk about how things look. Chances are I will spray some setting spray because I feel like I'm not used to looking this dry, but we'll see how it goes. Here's the finished look. I'm actually fairly impressed. I did end up going through spraying some of this Jeju Daily Hydration Mist on my face, then taking a damp sponge and pressing it into the skin. I feel like a lot of the look of, it didn't look powdery, but the matteness is gone. The other thing is when I was putting it on with the sponge applicator in this compact, I felt like my face felt just a little dry and, you know, just brought me back to life. And this is kind of more of a glowy look that I prefer. I am not the one who is always longing for perfectly matte skin. I feel like that is something that people who deal with oily skin tend to really like. Let's start out matte because I'm going to end up looking kind of naturally radiant later in the day. This might actually be perfect for that. I was really curious to see how this would sit on my nearly 50-year-old skin. Before I put that hydration mist on, I saw more, and I can still just barely see, like right here and over here, there's a few little spots that are flaky on my chin, but they were so much more noticeable before adding just that little bit of hydration. I feel like also taking the time to press the damp sponge into my face and press that setting mist or hydration mist in really kind of helped to lay down whatever particular flakes there were. Overall, I think this is beautiful. One thing to keep in mind, she is very expensive, $55. I do like the component. There's a nice size mirror in here, and you can lift this up, and this is where the sponge lives down here. The other thing that is nice about this is, guess what? This is refillable. And I'm hoping the refill comes with a new sponge in this. I will, you know, every now and again wash the sponge in here. I'm curious to try it as a setting powder, you know, different liquid foundation, concealer, and then with a big fluffy brush, use this to set my face because it can be both a setting powder as well. And today I'm using it as powder foundation. I feel like this medium coverage is actually really pretty. The best part about it is I feel like it's working on my more mature skin. And that was my question. Will a matte powder foundation that I'm applying with like a velour puff or a sponge, will it sit good on my skin? I think it does. It all comes down to how it wears. I will leave wear notes in the description box, so go ahead and extend that description box. I will leave information in there for you for how it wore, what it looked like later, but so far, I'm very hopeful this is going to be a good product for me and how I like to wear makeup. I will come back in a couple of weeks and update you about this and other products I've been trying and let you know, or we'll see how things go. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know, do you like this Hy-Glam line from Natasha Denona? Do you have the concealer? Are you interested in this? Are you a powder foundation person? And if you are, which is your favorite? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for making the time to watch today. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you again soon.